Okay, I'm gonna do filling up a squid, high temp squid tutorial when you're by yourself. So the first thing you want to do is get your cap off. You generally put your feet along the squid and sort of take the dust cap off, wiggle it up. And there's a lever on one of the pillars here. Turn, comes off. Take out your plungers. Generally I put the plungers back into the lid to keep them out of the snow or safe. Set that aside. Grab your funnel and cryo gloves. So the funnel just goes in the closest hole to you. And then, yep, we'll do the next step. So with your dewars, you want to get all of this excess snow off of them, even if you're doing this outside, just to prevent any snow from falling inside the open cryostat hole while you're filling. Okay, so once you have your distance to the squid kind of figured out, you are PPE'd up with the cryo gloves and these sweet goggles. Yeah, you basically just tip it over very, very slowly. The name of the game here is slow. Let it settle at this point because it's sloshing in there and you're generally going to lose a lot. So it's easy does it. And just slowly fill it up. A warm squid will take, oh, I don't know, probably twice the amount of linny than a cold squid will. It's going to evaporate inside the cryostat as we fill it. So generally the first few pours I'd like to let it kind of cool itself in there. You could even put a little bit in and then put both of the plungers back on to let it cool. You can tell it's evaporating with all the steam. Now it's taking. Obviously I'm doing this in a well ventilated area, the door is wide open there. Yep, slowly fill her up. When you're coming to when it's about to be full, keep an eye on the open cryostat hole. You're going to start seeing linny fly out just like that. First thing you do, secure this dewar before anything. So you put your lid on and put the dewar on the ground. So it's not going to fall off of this platform that you've made for it. Then secondly, take off your funnel. Grab both your plungers, put one plunger in fully. There's a vent on the top of the squids that will help vent it. And this one, you're gonna hear it hissing. So we just wait till the hissing stopped and then we'll fully depress the second plunger. Put the lid back on and then you should be ready to serve it. A good little trick for once you're done filling, if you're doing it inside, you can put it back into the shield, so that way it prevents anyone tipping it, and obviously always hide them, you know, under a table or out of the way. Or if you're doing it outside, you just take it away somewhere into some deep snow and, you know, secure it to a tree or into deep snow and it shouldn't tip over. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, sorry about the light, the generator's off. So we've set up the squid with our cable going into the controller, the comms cable going into the receiver. Once we're certain the connections are good, we can hit the power on. You wait for that little startup phase, and then you'll hit auto tune to start heating the squid, all 3 components. Takes about 45 seconds. Okay, the squid has heated all 3 components successfully. We have 3 green lights on X, Y, and Z. Now you'll move over to the receiver. You'll have to make yourself a user profile if you haven't already. Name your project. Set up the configuration that you are using and hit explore. Firstly, we'll set up our panels. So generally we want, we're gonna want 3 scopes. So add, and then we want 1 decay. 3 scopes are for your X, Y, and Z. The decay is for your decay panel. And then we want 4 profiles. Add. So early time gates, mid time gates, late time gates, and then your voltage primary to make sure the loop isn't backwards. And then after you have your panel set up, you'll go into setup. I've previously already connected this squid to the computer, so it automatically power feeds on, puts your components in place, and then selects the corresponding squid. These can be on different sensors that have been used in the past, so you're going to have to double check that you're using 4163, and you'll be acquiring with 4163. After that, you can do all of your settings. I'm not going to go into detail on this, but these change for every different project and different client. Processing, we never change anything in there. Always save the raw and the stacked data. And yeah, that's pretty much it for setup. So now we're just taking a test reading to make sure all our components are working properly. If you're doing this inside like I am, you have to ensure that the squid is in its shield. And yeah, looks like everything's operating normally from the testing standpoint in the office here. Okay, very important. So say we're out surveying or taking readings. So we'll take a reading until our quality control, we're satisfied with what we got in the field. Then we'll turn the power off, and then preparation for a move up, you have to turn the squid off before you disconnect anything. You really don't want to be hot plugging these things. I have done it in the past and nothing's happened, but I'm sure doing it over and over is not going to be good. Okay, now we're going to do cable checks. So this is generally, if you're having issues in the field, the first thing you want to do is check your cable. So you have a cable checker on the squid controller right here, and you basically take the end that would go into your controller and then the other end that would go into your squid. You pop them both in here. Okay, we've got both ends in the cable checker. We're going to turn it on. It's going to give you a chirp sound. That's just kind of important because if you're in the field and you're hooked up for acquisition and you hear this sound, it means you're not connected either to here or to your squid. So it's important. So now we just hit the check button. Light comes green. This cable is good. Something to note when you're doing cable checks, you never press this button when the cables are not attached, because it's going to be supplying power to a dry socket. One thing I'm trying to train crew bosses to do is to label all your cables. Your comms cables, blue cables, your GPSs, your radios, if you have them numbered and labeled, your receivers, A and B. This way you can keep track of failures and things happening to your cables and your GPSs and your radios. And this, you have it all marked down. You have the crew member who's responsible for the radio and the GPS and the 2 cables you sent out with the operator. And it just makes your life a lot easier in the end when you're looking for things or testing things.